from Cleveland's most accurate weather team. This is 19 First Alert Plus, sponsored by the man that makes them pay, Tim Misney.
Hello there and welcome to a very interesting winter day right now. I was looking at a couple of cams, Sam. Here's where we, sorry. I didn't have power today, I've lost my mind. WDOG-FM camera showing some flakes, Sam.
Oh, I was like, what does that spell?
You have two of them.
It's really been a long week. Yeah, it's snowing down there right now. It looks, every time I look at that camera, oh, I wish I could see it back here. I thought we'd pulled up behind me. It looks like southern Ohio, like it's a little bit hillier down that way. So a pretty shot and yeah, a little snow there. And we have a lot of snow on the way across the primary snowbelt portions of the secondary snowbelt. The National Weather Service today has issued a winter weather advisory for Cuyahoga County and Geauga County. Snow accumulation here, 3 to 5 inches possible. I think the higher end of that range will probably be around Gates Mills, 271 corridor and adjacent communities, so Shaker, University Heights, Warrensville Heights, Mayfield, and then over into Geauga County, Chesterland, Burton. This is where I think we'll see the most snow. And then the lower end of that range out west. So if you're west of Lakewood, we probably won't end up with 5 inches of snow. Famous last words on my part. Now that I've said that, Rocky River and Bay will get 7 inches of snow. I don't think that'll happen. I think they're a little bit too far north and maybe a little bit more wintry mix there. Either way, you've got the threat for a lot of additional snow across Cuyahoga and Geauga counties. You'll notice there's no advisory for Lorain or for Lake County. However, and this even includes, again, parts of the secondary snowbelt, so northern Medina, northern Summit, northern Portage, basically north of the Turnpike. I do think in these areas, and even you could say western Ashtabula, much of Lake County, I still think we're going to see accumulating snow here. It's just the greatest impact is most likely going to be in the advisory area. And I'm going to go ahead and add in, even though I'm not a weather service employee, so I don't draw the maps, but I'm going to add in eastern Lorain. So I was trying to think of a landmark out that way. Eaton Township is what I was trying to say. So over in that area, or even towards like Kirtland, Willoughby, could probably get into that 3 to 5 as well. We'll see. It all depends on where the snow sets up. So let me show you where it is right now. Most of it's out over the lake. We do have some light snow shower activity inland south of the Turnpike. So Akron, Canton, over to Philly. We were talking about that. Worcester. Yeah, a little snow there, a little snow on the 71 corridor as well. And then the steadiest stuff, of course, is out over the lake. Here's the high-res radar. And you can really see it here. It's trying to move into Fairport Harbor, but over the last hour or so, we've really had more of a westerly component to the wind, so it's pushing all this stuff east. However, if you look at this really slowly, I do think the kind of, let me find my little pointer here. The southern end of this part of our band most likely going to end up clipping Lake County. Back into here, we need to watch for some additional development. And then let's show you the loop one more time. Yeah, the southern end of this is most likely where we're going to end up with more snow coming in. So I know a lot of this looks like it's going out east towards Buffalo, but eventually we will have our chance. So next several hours, lake effect snow increasingly likely, 5, 6, 7 p.m. and through about midnight. Primary and secondary snowbelts will be the areas most impacted. And if you're along the immediate lakeshore, basically if you live north of I-90, I think we're going to struggle to get any decent accumulation, probably end up with a little bit more in the way of wintry mix or rain. Lake temperature right now is at 53 offshore of Cuyahoga County. Average is 49. So the lake is really quite mild for this time of the year. I had midges yesterday. Did you have midges, Andy?
You know, I've seen one, but that's it.
Andy's seen one midge. I saw a couple of midges yesterday. I wanted to crawl out of my skin. I'm so tired. of midges. Oh my gosh, it's the end of November. Go away. But they were out, so it's just kind of a testament. I mean, they're obviously like late season stragglers, but kind of a testament to how warm the water is for this time of the year. Yeah, it's weird. That means eventually Jeff's hometown is probably going to get blasted at some point with some really good lake effect. Here's high-res future view. Yeah, you can see that snow coming inland there. And then overnight, Jeff, it becomes a little bit more scattered.
It's funny because you say, oh, you know, Jeff's hometown. So I am from Buffalo. I've said it like 100,000 times. I'm sorry for annoying people.
Well, somebody might not know.
But it's funny, like, you know, we always say, oh, they're going to get, people there just don't treat it the same as they do here. So it
no,
is
it's like a joke.
Yeah, it is just always very funny. Like when we say, oh, they're going to get hammered there, I guarantee if I talk to my mom on the way home or something, she'll be like, oh, yeah, we got a dusting. And it's like a foot, you know. Like.
Yeah, you know, it's all about perspective. Like, I'm sure in the South towns, they're probably like 5 inches of snow. Oh my God, that's like a Wednesday.
It's always funny. I enjoy it, but you know,
Yeah.
I do remember when I moved here, we had a big storm, and I was like, oh, why is everybody getting so concerned about it? And they were like, oh, you know, driving in the snow. I was like, cool, exciting. Just be careful. That's all that matters.
We love to freak out. It's what we're gonna do. We're gonna freak out.
Yeah, well, we're humans after all. All right, Sam, quick break, come back, 7-day forecast.
I've represented families just like yours for over 4 decades. Listen, if you need me, call me. You know I'll be there for you, and I'll make them pay. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye out for you.
And we're back.
Okay, so on Fridays and Thursdays, we like to show you what we call the double weekend forecast. Today is not Friday, by the way, and here I am continuously thinking that today is Friday. It is not. That is tomorrow. And I think Friday, a worse weather day than today. And I just mean this from like an overall comfort standpoint. I'm like a cat, like I can't stand to get, you know, wet and like cold. I just want to be like dry and warm. Tomorrow is going to be a soaker in the afternoon. It is going to be ugly. I'm really not trying to like be doom and gloom or, you know, be a real bummer here. But I just want to give a realistic portrayal of what we think the weather is going to be like tomorrow, and it is not good. We start the morning with a wintry mix, especially east of I-77. Lakeshore probably stays 99% rain. So Lake County, Ashtabula County, Eastern Cuyahoga, Euclid, mostly rain in the morning, and then inland get a little wintry mix. Everybody changes to rain in the afternoon, and we're going to pull in some moisture off of Lake Erie and potentially off of Lake Huron as well. So the rain may be heavy at times. It's just going to not be great. Cold, wind-driven rain. I have winds tomorrow gusting to 40 miles per hour. Even in Akron, like farther south, you're going to get some 30 to 35 mile per hour gusts. That rain factored in, the wind chill in the 30s. Yeah, again, I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but I just want to give you an idea of what you can expect. We can tell you it's going to rain, but I want you to really understand like how gross it's going to be. But it's just one day. That's fine. We'll survive. First half of the weekend, minor improvements. We see more scattered showers than pouring rain. And then Sunday, we finally dry out. Sunday is my pick day of the 7-day, which says a lot because it's 47 and cloudy. So yeah, that shows you every other day is not ideal. Monday, a little warmer, but we have rain coming in during the second half of the day. That little system kind of lingering early into the week. And then maybe a break in the action by Wednesday. We'll see. Wednesday looks chilly. Thanksgiving, upper 30s and lower 40s, and a wintry mix possible during the second half of the day. Now, we are several days out from this, so this is subject to change. We will keep you updated, of course. And then briefly want to touch on next weekend. So there are a lot of signs pointing to the beginning of December being cold, which is not groundbreaking. We live in Ohio. It's going to get cold in the winter. It's just we got really spoiled this fall. We had warmer than average weather. I think we had a really nice fall. So we haven't had a lot of like consecutive days back to back of cold weather. It's been just a few days here and there. This is more of an extended period of cold weather, so what you would expect in a typical Northeast Ohio winter. Next weekend's dates would be the 30th and the 1st. So the tree lighting downtown, it looks like that is next Saturday. And then Sunday of next week, the first day of meteorological winter. We might see a little snow. We'll see. We will keep you updated. It does look pretty cold next weekend.
I like how you were like, all right, we want to make very clear how gross this is going to be. No, I don't think you're understanding how nasty it is going to be outside.
Well, I mean, you can tell people it's going to rain and you're like, okay, like maybe a few showers. I really think tomorrow is going to be one of the worst weather days of the year. I hate sounding dramatic, but Erica's shaking her head. She agrees with me, and Erica is a much better meteorologist than me. So I just feel confident that it is going to be really gross tomorrow. I hate a cold rain. I would rather have a blizzard. All I do on the weather stream is complain about the weather. I would rather have a lake effect blizzard than cold wind-driven rain. Oh, it's way worse than it is today. Oh, and the Browns game tonight.
Yeah, that's a toughie.
Whiteout?
That's a toughie. I was listening to The Fan on the way in, and they were talking about, like, basically, is this the most miserable weather for a sporting event where you're unsure of exactly what it's going to be? It might be a little too warm, so it's that, like, mix, the wintry mix of snow and rain and whatever, and they were saying, yeah, that's pretty rough.
You know, if they were 9-1, I'd be like, no, this is not bad. But when you're, what, 2-8?
Yeah.
And I don't need to rehash
Right, not
the
ideal.
Browns season.
Not an ideal situation.
You're not going to want to sit out. I saw people on Facebook selling tickets, and they're like, 2 tickets, $250. I'm like, do you know what the forecast is going to be and how bad the season has been?
Well, it's like that thing of when people say, hey, watch out for your kids' candy. I found 2 Browns tickets in there. Like, it's like that. Yeah, people are just begging to give it away.
If I had tickets, I would give them to someone for free. I did not buy tickets because obviously I am here during the game. But if I had them, I think I would just, based on the forecast, I just give them away.
Sam, anything before we let you go to continue sulking in the corner that has no windows, formerly known as the weather office?
I wish that they were better, and I still believe that they will be next year. Anyway.
There was no but?
Be safe, but they probably won't, but we still are just eternal optimists while still being super pessimistic. I think it's just a Cleveland thing, but that's fine. Just want to encourage everybody to please, if you are going to the game, just be really careful because conditions coming to the game, leaving the game, it could be dicey out there. And remember, lake effect is super localized, so you know, it could be fine. Let's say you're on 77 coming from Akron and the weather's totally dry. Then you get up into Cuyahoga County and it's a whiteout. So those are the kind of conditions we're going to be dealing with during travel to and from the game, during the game. So we just want to encourage everybody to be safe, be careful out there.
Samantha Roberts, thank you so much. We'll see you coming up at 19.
Why are you laughing at me?
Because you made me laugh there when you were like, I wish the team was better. They're not very good. And I was like holding on for the but there. And it just never came.
They're not.
And
it just stings because they were last year and they're not now. But
and then something happened. Yeah, whatever. All right, we'll see you in a bit.
All right, bye.
And that is it for your First Alert forecast. 19 News coming up over on CBS in about 26 minutes. We'll see everybody there.
19 News, now streaming on Samsung Smart TV.